Just recap the yesterday's session for the 5 minutes. Then after we'll discuss about the today's session. Probability. What do you mean by the definition of probability? It is a just it is a chance of occurring of an event. Probability is nothing but it is a chance of occurrence of an event. What do you mean by event? Event is any resultant procedure or outcome. Any resultant procedure or an outcome is called as the event. How many types of events we have? We have two types. What are those? Simple events as well as the rare events. Any resultant outcome procedure that cannot be break down further, those are called as the simple event. The probability of the events as itself is very minute or very low. Those are called as the rare events. In our real time analysis, we never ever going to consider the rare events, right? The range of probability value is in between 0 to 1. 0 is very impossible to occur, 1 is certain to happen. 0.05 is the unusual to happen, 0.25 is unlikely to occur, 0.5 is the 50-50 chances, 0.75 is 75% of the chances to happen, 1 is certain to occur or certain to happen. So here we discuss the probabilities are two types: addition rule, multiplication. In the addition rule, we are combining the two events. In the addition rule, we are combining the two events. We are combined the two events. Basically, P of A union B is equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. As per the general theory of the addition rule, none of the record should not counted more than once. As per the general theory of the addition rule, none of the record should not counted more than once. So for that is the reason we are removing the common portion of the data. That is what we saw yesterday. Today we are going to look into the multiplication rules. Other name of multiplication rules is also called as a conditional probability. Other name of multiplication rules is also called as a conditional probability or Bayes theorem. Multiplication rule, conditional probability, or other name is called as the Bayes theorem. Here, multiplication means multiplying the two events. Yesterday, what we have discussed, adding the two events. How do we add the two events? Today, we are going to discuss about how do we multiply in the two events. Now, before we are going to discussing about the multiplication rule, let's have a discussion about what do you mean by independent events, what do you mean by dependent events. Before we are starting about the again it is important point. Let's have a discussion about what do you mean by independent events. Independent event means one event is not influencing the other events. One event is not influencing the other event. Those are called as the independent events. One event is not influencing the other events. Those are called as the independent events. One event is not influencing the other event. So one independent, purely independent, there is no relation one event with the other event, right? Next one is dependent event. Means dependent event means one event is influencing the other events. Those are called as dependent events. One event is influencing the other event. Those are called as the dependent events. Okay. Now, how do we correlate these independent events as well as the dependent event to the our multiplication probability? How do we correlate these independent and dependent? Now, I think everyone is clear. What do you mean by independent events? What do you mean by dependence? First, event is nothing but any resultant outcome or a procedure are called as the events. We have two events like simple events or rare events. Again, we divide that dependent event as well as the independent event. Independent event is nothing but one event is not influencing the other event. Those are called as the independent event. What do you mean by dependent event? One event is not influencing the other events. Those are called as the dependent events. Here in this case, how do we correlate the dependent and independent with the multiplication? Let's say A and B are the two events, are the two events. Probability of B by A. B by A means, how do we say that B by A? What is the meaning? As a layman term, what is the meaning of B by A? A event has already occurred. A event has already occurred. What is the probability to happen? B events. Here the meaning always B by, you might have seen many number of times in your school days also. Probability of B by A. What does it mean? Whatever the denominator, whatever the value, whatever the event which is the denominator, which is the denominator means after the value which is the dividend, like this is the denominator. After this line is there, below the line is called as the denominator, above the line is called as the numerator divided by the denominator. So in the probability value, in the probability, always first it occur the denominator. Based on the denominator, we are assuming that numerator is going to happen. So let's say, let me give you one small example. Where do we use the conditional probability? In real cases also, we have two kinds of variables. One is a dependent variable, other one is a independent variable. Variable is nothing but columns. Variable is nothing but columns. Here always based on the independent variable, by using the dependent variable, we are predicting the values. By using the independent variables, we are trying to always predicting the dependent variable. Here also, in by using the probability values based on the denominator value, by using the denominator value, we are going to try to predicting the probability of numerator value. In simple terms, how do we say? By using the denominator denominator events, we are trying to predict the numerator probability values. By using the denominator events, we are trying to predict the numerator probability value. This is if you want to tell these terms as a layman terms, this is a layman expressions. By the denominator events, we are trying to predict the numerator probability values. Okay, I'm not roughing, or I will open it. Yeah, by using the denominator events, we are trying to predict the numerator probability values. Okay, when it is, there is a two kinds, P of A intersection B is nothing but multiplication basically. If it is independent, then formula is P of A into P of B. If it is, this is a independent case, the formula. If it is a dependent, then formula is P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B by A. Independent case is P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B. In dependent case, P of A intersection B is equal to P of A into P of B by A. P of B by A. Shall we do a lab on this? Yes, we are going to do a lab on this. So, let me open the PPT to showcase the lab. Any questions, sir? Meantime? Any questions? Simply, if you talk about that, here finding the probability of two or more selections, multiplication selections, multiplication rules. Here the P of A and B is the event A occurs in the first trial and event B occurs in the second trial. When it is happened, based on the A event has happened already, based on the assumption B is going to happen. The formula P of A intersection A and B is nothing but P of B by A. Whatever the position which is the denominator, which happens the first, based on that, which is going to happen, the A is going to happen. Always A intersection A and B is right. First starting position always will be the numerator, ending position always will be a denominator. Here P of A and B. Can everyone see, right? P of A and B. A is always the first, that is the numerator. B is the denominator. So based on that, which happen the things. Here let's say tree diagram. How many questions are there here? Two questions. T question, F question. Each question is having 5 possible outcomes: A, B, C, D, E. Again, F is also having A, B, C, D, E. So answer is TA, TB, TC, TD, TE, FA, FB, FC, FD, FE. So what is the probability to choose the questions? How many questions we have? How many questions we have? 2 questions. What are the 2 questions? T and F, right? So what is the probability to choose the T question? 1 by 2, because how many times particular event is occurred divided by the total number of events. So here particular event is nothing but either T can happen or F can happen. So only one chances, but how many total chances? Total events 2, 1 by 2. What is the probability to choose the TC? 1 by 5. TC is the only, out of how many cases we are getting the 5 cases, right? So TC choosing that 5 cases. What is the probability? T and TC 1 by 2 into 1 by 5, because T and TC are independent each other. How T and TC are independent each other? Let me give one example here in this case. First, we have the 2 questions, right? Either T question are there, both questions. T questions are there as well as F question are there. T and F are independent or dependent? Independent, because one is not influencing the other one. In T question, we have the 5 possible answers. Those are A, B, C, D, E. TA, TB, TC, TD and TE. Like in F also, we have the 5 answers: FA, FB, FC, FD, FE. So if you are choosing the T question, then only you can able to choose the TA, TB, TC, TD, TE. If you are choose the F question, then only FA, FB, FC, FC. So that means T and F are the independent. So from the T, if you do choose the 10, then only TC, T. So T and TC are also independent. Even if you choose the T, is there any guarantee TC can happen? Can be answered? No. Is there any guarantee TA can answer? No. Is there any guarantee TB can answer? TD like T. So each and every one is independent with the other one. If the 2 events are independent, as per the multiplication rule, what is the formula? P of A into P of B, then P of T into P of TC, then 1 by 2 into 1 by 5. Then what is your answer? 1 by 10. P of T and C is the 1 by 10. So simply 1 by 2 into 1 by 5. Those are the multiplication rules. So as per the conditional probability, P of B by A represents the probability of B is occurring after A. It is assumed that event A has already occurred. So A is in denominator or numerator? A is in denominator. As we mentioned that whatever the value which is in the denominator, which happened first, based on the denominator, we are going to find the probability of numerator. Is it clear? Definition. First, of course, we saw about independent events already, as well as the dependent events. Formula for the, if it is a independent, P of A, B dependent, what is the first formula? Is it a dependent formula or independent formula? Dependent formula, because P of A into P of B by A. If it is a independent, then P of B by A as P of B. So as per the multiplication rules, as per the multiplication rules, what is the answer? If it is a both A and B are independent, if it is yes, the formula is P of A into P of B. If it is not independent, if that means those are the dependent, then what is the formula? P of A into P of B by A. Perfect. Now we want to understand Now, sir, how do we remember whether it is a independent event or dependent event? One hard rule is there. With replacement, whenever you see with replacement in our data, that means those are the independent events. With replacement is nothing but, by default, sir, with replacement is nothing but those are the independent events. Without replacement means those are the dependent events. By heart rule is that with replacement means independent events, without replacement means dependent events. With replacement means independent, without replacement means dependent events. Here in this case, how do we do? Okay, shall we do a labs? Independent, if the independent event, what is the formula? P of A into P of, if the independent events, the formula is P of A into P of B. If it is a dependent, sir, if it is dependent, what is the formula? P of A into P of B by A. Now, before we are understanding about with replacement as well as without replacement. With replacement means the total number of records will not change. It will be the constant. Without replacement means the total number of records will change. Let me give you one simple example. Let's say in the class, in the office, assume that you are a manager of an organization. Okay, let's say under you, as a manager, under you 10 members are working. Okay, for example, assume that XYZ person left the organization, has put down his papers, then he left the organization. How many members will be there in your team? 9 members. Initially 10 members were there. One XYZ person has put down the papers. How many remaining members will be there? 9. If you are looking with replacement, for example, XYZ person left, if you are looking replacement for him, how many numbers will be there if the replacement will come? 10. Will not change. If you are not looking for the without replacement, you are not looking for the replacement, how many numbers will be there? 9 will be there. That means without replacement means your total number of count will be decreasing or increasing? Decreasing. With replacement means total number of count same. Let me repeat. For example, in an organization, ABC person working as a manager. Okay, under ABC person there are 10 members are working. Let's say one person XYZ has put down the paper. He leave the organization. Then how many members will be there in your team? 9 members. If we are as a ABC manager is not looking for the replacement, that means without replacement, how many numbers will be there in the team? 9 members. So the total count is decreased or increased or the same? Decreased. Okay, perfect. If ABC manager has looked the replacement, then how many members will be there in the team? 10 members will be there in the team. With replacement means total number of records will be the same. I mean, here total number of records is nothing but total number of employees are the same. So here also with replacement means if the events are independent events, total number of records will be the constant. If the two selections without replacement, that means a dependent variable, dependent events, then change, it will be decreased. Clear, madam? Everyone is clear? Any questions who are on the online? Okay. Now, two selections with okay, thank you. Two selections with replacement. With replacement. That means is it a dependent variable or independent variable? Independent. If it is an independent event, what is the formula? P of A into P of B. So P of both good. P of both good. That means what is the probability? We need to choose the goods. How many goods are there? 4 goods. What is the probability to choose the goods? 4 by 5, right? 4 goods, 4 divided by 5. Why he said 4? Because how many goods are there? 4 goods, right? How many total number of records are there? 5. 1, G is the 4, D is the 1. Total is 5. Probability of good C is nothing but 4 by 5. That the total does the total number of record will be changed or same? Same. Then what is the probability of both goods? That means probability of both good is nothing but probability of good into probability of good, right? Probability of both good is nothing but probability of good and good, right? So what is the probability to get the first good? 4 by 5 into, again with replacement, right? With replacement means the total count will not change. Again, what is the probability to get the good? 4 by 5. Then the total answer is 0.64. The probability, how do we measure that? 0.64 means 64% probability. The probability we are getting the both goods randomly, which is the probability to get the both goods as 64%. When finding the probability that event A occurs in the first trial and event B occurs in the next trial, multiply the probability A event by the multiply the probability of B sure. As we discussed the general theory, none of the record does not count into the more than once in the addition. Here also none of the records should not counted more than once. How do we do that? That is the reason we are using P of A into P of B by A. Now, can anyone please read it? Please read yourself. Take a 1 minute time. Please read. At the end, you need to tell me the answer for me. Is it a dependent events or independent events? Please read it. I would like to answer from all of you. Is it a dependent events or independent events? Dependent. Okay. How do you say the dependent? Without a replacement. Yes. Without replacement, then definitely it is a dependent event. Now, find the probability drawing 2 cards from shuffled decks of cards such that first is an ace, the second is king. The cards are drawn without replacement. Without replacement, the formula is P of A into P of B by A. In the without replacement, the total number of records will increase or will be the constant or will be decreased? Will be decreased. So, what is the first? Find the probability drawing 2 cards from the shuffle of deck cards such that first is how many total number of cards will be there in the deck? Total of the 52 cards will be there in the deck. 4 ace, 4 king, 4 jockey, or 4 queens will be there. What is the probability to draw the ace? How many aces are there? 4. 4 divided by 52. Next, once you draw the ace, what you need to draw the second? Second one we need to draw the king. How many number of kings are there? 4. Total number of records? No, 51, right? The reason is that only ace. 4 ways we can draw the ace. So 4C, 1 is the, let me explain you that. It is one of the important point. Let me explain you here. Here, in this case, let's say, aces are how many aces? 4 aces. Kings are 4. Queen are 4. Jockey, J means 4. Like that, and remaining are the numbers will be. So how many aces we need to draw? One ace we need to draw from the how many aces? Four aces. Four aces, we will get the one ace. To draw the aces are 4C1. So from the four aces, C means selecting one. How many aces we are selecting? One. 4C is nothing but 4C1 is nothing but 4. For example, if someone says that I need two aces, then the formula is 4C2. How do we write? Formula is NCR. Formula is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Right? Here n factorial is nothing but 4 factorial divided by n minus 1, 4, right? Here into 1 factorial. 4 factorial is nothing, 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 4 minus 1 how much? 3 factorial. 3 factorial is nothing but 3 into 2 into 1 into 1. 3 to 1, 3 to 1 is cancelled. Then what is the answer? 4. So to select the four aces, what is the probability to select the one ace? 4. How do we get the 4? 4C1. 4C1, we will get the one ace. Right? Everyone is clear? For example, someone says that 4C2. How do we get? 4 factorial into 4 minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial. That is 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 divided by 4 minus 2 means 2 factorial. That is 2 into 1. Again 2 factorial is nothing but 2 into 1. 2 into 1, 2 into 1 is cancelled. 2, 4, 2. That is nothing but 6 will be the answer. If you are choosing the two aces. But how many aces you are choosing? Only one ace. Right? So remaining records, how many records will be there remaining? 51 will be the remaining records. So probability of ace on first card is 4 by 52. What is the probability of second king? 4 by 51. King of ace is 4 by 50. Then the formula is 4 by 52 into 4 by 51. That is 16 divided by whatever the value which is. These events are the dependent events or independent events? These are the dependent events. Okay. Now, so in the last two cases, I clearly mentioned that with replacement, without replacement, so that you can able to say that is the dependent events or independent. Now, I am not mentioning the anything. I am going to give the answer. On a TV program, it was reported that, please read it. On a TV program, it was reported that there is 60% success rate for those who try to stop smoking through hypnosis. Find the probability that for 8 randomly selected smokers, find the probability that 8 randomly selected smokers who undergo hypnosis, they are successfully quit smoking. Now, how do they select the people? Randomly, right? How do they select the people? Randomly. So, is it a dependent event or independent event? How many will say independent? How many will say the dependent? How many will say independent? Can you please rise?
Dependent.
As per your opinion, guys who are on the online, is it a dependent event or independent?
Dependent event.
So it is an independent event. The reason is that we are randomly selecting the 8 members. We are not sure sorry, we are not sure whether we selected the 8 members from the same state or from different state. If assume that if 8 members they were selected different states, what is the probability having the same relation will be very less, right? For example, randomly selecting, that means they are not selecting from the one family, right? Sorry, 2 minutes. Randomly they are selecting that they are not from the same family, they are from different families. So what happens in this case, if you randomly selecting, those are the independent. What is the formula will be? P of A into P of B into P of C into P of D. P of all quit is that P of quit into P of quit into P of quit, P of quit, like how many times it will be there? 8 times. So this will be 0.6 into 0.6 into 0.6. How many times it will be? 8 times. This is the answer. Okay. Is it clear? How many of them will not clear?
In case 8 is dependent.
Then it cannot be a dependent. Then they have to give the successful rate. Then if it is a dependent, they have to mention the quantity. In the percentages, we cannot do the dependent. We cannot say 59%, 58, 57 like that. Right?
Totally they can give a number.
Yes, if it is a number, always it is dependent. Percentage independent. And there is a small rule. Small sample from the large population. If the sample size is no more than 5%, that means sample size, if the sample size is less than 5%, even the sample is a dependent sample, consider them as an independent sample. This is the standard rule. If the sample size is no more than 5%, even the sample is dependent sample, let's treat them as a independent. So selection made without replacement, thus technically dependent. Even if it is a dependent, technically treat them as a independent samples. Okay, this is the standard rule of the industry. Let's say 100% population, out of that you have taken the less than 5% of total number of records. Even if it is dependent, let's consider them as an independent. Okay, so then please read the question. In a hostel, there is an annual car theft rate of 4.5%. Find the probability among 4 randomly selected cars are stolen during a given year. There are total how many cars are there? 970,000 cars are there. The car theft rate is less than 5%. Yes. Do we need to consider this as an dependent sample, or do we need to consider this as an independent sample? We have to consider this is an independent samples, right? We have to consider this as an independent sample. So in this case, what is going to happen? Then P of stolen, how many times it happen? How many cars are stolen? 4 cars. P of stolen into P of stolen into P of stolen into P of stolen. Is it the correct? Right? If it is independent, then what is the first formula? What is the probability to call the first stolen? 4.5%. into 970,000 divided by 4365 is nothing but 4.5% of the 970,000, right? In all to the power of 4. If it is a dependent, 1 will be decreased. 43649 divided by 969999. 43648 divided by 96998. 43647 divided by 96997. Even if it is a dependent or independent, the probability of those values are very minute difference. Because why it is a minute difference? The population is very less. Is it clear? Here, if the total percentage of the population is sample less than 5%, then what we need to consider? We need to consider as an independent cars, right? Independent, right? In this case, how many cars we stole? They stolen 4 random. That is P of stolen into P of stolen into P of stolen into P of stolen, right? What is the percent of cars are theft? 4.5%. Out of how many cars? 970,000. 4.5% of 970,000 will be 43650. So 43650 divided by 970,000 K into 4365000 970 K into like that. Even that's the same way, 0.045 all to the power of 4 is equal to 43650 divided by this one. If it is a dependent, 1 will be decreased. After 43649 divided by minus 1, again it is a minus 1, again it is a minus 1. Even if it is a dependent or independent, the the probability value is, the difference of the probability value is very minute. The reason is that because the sample size is very less. That is the meaning we discussed here. Independent, when you must treat a problem as independent, when you don't have the sample or population. Let's say you don't have the count of the population, you have only percentage, then what we need to do? We need to treat as an independent. You have only the percentage of individual characteristics, then we need to consider as an independent event. Only percentage, right? Only percentage is the independent event. This is about the multiplication rule. Any questions about this? Any questions who are on the call?